Coming up on the ZTV Sports Report.
We catch up with two-star athletes here at UA.
Show you highlights from the men's and women's basketball teams' most recent matchups.
And finish with another edition of Zip Take.
Everyone get excited because the ZTV Sports Report starts now.
Welcome to the ZTV Sports Report, your home for everything Akron Zips athletics. I'm Terry Rabbits.
And I'm Kara Riccardi.
We've got another great show for everyone today. Starting off, we'll feature one of our athletes who has made a mark early in his career.
Freshman Josh Williams has been an important contributor to the men's basketball team this year. Let's toss it to Andrew Wilms for the story, followed by highlights from the men's basketball team's recent games against Buffalo and rival Kent State.
Josh Williams, the freshman from St. Vincent St. Mary, is loving playing college ball in his hometown.
No, it's just honorable to play high school in Akron and then go to college here to represent your city.
Josh has been one of the best freshmen we've ever had here. He's done a really good job of acclimating himself to the college game.
Williams has been averaging a mere 6 points per game this season. Until recently, he's been exploding on the court. I mean, these numbers are unbelievable. He scored 64 points in just 3 games, 20 versus Ohio University, 22 versus Central Michigan, and 22 versus Northern Illinois. But who does Williams thank for his success?
My dad has been the main guy who's brought me up front. I started playing when I was like 4, and he's been the only person that I've ever worked out with, and he's really the reason why I'm the player I am today. He's instilled everything in me.
Williams has made 16 out of 21 shots from beyond the arc in just 3 games. Williams continues to help the Zips continue to be one of the best three-point teams both offensively and defensively. Is Williams accustomed to the spotlight?
I've always felt that I was capable of it. I mean, since my freshman year in high school, my first game in high school, I scored 27, and from there, everything just took off for me, and I've always been able to score well and get other people involved into the game. So I felt like I could always do it. It's just a matter of time, I felt like.
What does Coach Dan Broad have to say about Williams?
I love his personality. I love his work ethic. I love what he does. He gets in the gym every day. Just a high-quality guy, and he's going to be one of the best players we've ever had here.
Basketball is a game of runs, so I never try to get too excited nor too down about anything because anything can happen. Once big things happen, then you can't help but to get excited. You ask him, he says I shouldn't miss any. He gets mad when I miss one. So
I'm the only guy ever that yells at guys for missing open shots and free throws. When I think they're good, it really upsets me.
For ZTV Sports, I'm Andrew Wilms.
Peace.
The Akron men's basketball team was back in action at the Jar Tuesday, February 16th against the University of Buffalo. Now, the Zips held their own in the beginning of the first half. Here, Josh Williams drops a deep 3 from the edge of the Z to put the Zips up. Noah Robotham finds Reggie McAdams, who knocks down a 3. What else is new? Robotham was dishing out assists throughout the game. Here he finds Aaron Jackson for a corner 3. Noah finished with 6 assists on the night. But the Bulls took control the rest of the first half. Here, Williams turns the ball over for an easy putback. Later in the first half, the Bulls push the ball up the floor, and they just walk in for an easy lay-in. Then another turnover by the Zips leads to an easy layup for Buffalo. Buffalo led the Zips at the half, 36-33. Then things start to get interesting in the second half. During the half, the technical foul was called on Buffalo's coach, Nate Oates, and Tino Jackson buries both free throws, which ultimately revitalized the Zips. Then the Zips start coming back to life. Robotham drives and finds it wide open and Tino Jackson for a 3. Later, Robotham on the drive and makes a beautiful layup. Then, Tino Jackson returns the favor. Nice drive, finds Noah in the corner for a huge 3. Noah finished with 16 points. Then Reggie McAdams wants in on the action. Here he knocks down a 3. Next play, McAdams definitely has a driving lane, but instead goes for the 3. Why not? Jackson, another 3. And this is why we're third in the country for threes. Then, to seal the deal, Antino with a beautiful step back. That's just too good. Antino finishes with 20, and Akron goes on to beat Buffalo 80-70.
We're going to be on Zip Take later in the show, but Don Wagner and Dave Sponarelli are going to give their predictions for the men's basketball game at Kent State. And Don's beard rests on this decision. If he gets this pick wrong and ends up losing Zip Take later on in the show, he's going to have to shave that beard. So, for the beard's sake, let's hope he gets it right. Don, let's go.
Okay, so as much as I want to say the Akron Zips, and I want to say it very, very, very badly, my heart says Zips, but my beard, it's KSU. That's my prediction. I can't even say it.
Good one, Don.
But,
all right. Going on to Dave.
Well, I'm going to go with the Zips. I think McAdams is going to have a big night. Johnson's going to have a big night. I think they're going to pull out the W. It's going to be 77-71 Akron.
All right. Well, we're going to see who is correct. Maybe. I mean, one of them's going to be right.
They don't play well on the road, so.
So if you want to see Don's beard go Zips. If you want it to stay, for whatever reason, go Kent. Back to the highlight.
For the sake of the bid.
The ZTV Sports Report went into a hostile environment as the men's basketball team took on Kent State at Kent. Kent State would come out strong in front of their home crowd. Here, the Flashes get it down low to Khalik Spicer, and he freaks the dunk on that. Kent State was up early 8-3, but the Zips come roaring back. Here, Robotham finds Jake Kritzer, and he hits a three-pointer to tie the game at 10. The Zips get a little careless with the basketball. Here, Kent State, and he misses the layup. How about Isaiah? Go ahead and show that young man how it's done. He completes the layup, and he would go on to complete the and one as well. Here, Isaiah, back down, post moves, another and one for Isaiah. Isaiah had a huge game in this one. Here, look at the vision. You double team Isaiah, he will find the open man. This time he hits the Quan, and Quan Cheatham with a nice up and under. Kent State made a nice living in the post as well. It would help give them a double-digit lead at the half. And much like the first half, Kent State came out on fire. Here, a bump and a foul. And the bucket drops and but Antono Jackson buckets. He hits a three. The Zips on the run. Here, back down to Big Dog. Big Dog in the post with the nice footwork. Oh, that is too easy. Then, Big Dog, back down. Oh, it's like he has a middle schooler guarding him. That is just way too easy. Then, the freshman, Josh Williams, he gets into the act. Oh, look at the dribble moves. And no, there's no way he's going to. Oh, he hit that. How did he hit that? Oh, more from Big Dog. Oh, the unselfishness finds Josh Williams with the layup. More from Splash Williams as he goes, back, stutter steps, and splashes that one down. Akron was on a fierce comeback. Oh, Quan Cheatham with the pass, and Quan Cheatham, he would tie the game at 61. The Akron section goes crazy. In the end, the Zips gave up way too many points in the paint, 48 total, and Kent State would go on to win 85-76.
It's never fun losing to Kent State, but the guys sure played a great game.
Yeah, and the really great thing about our men's team is after a tough loss, they never seem to let it get to them. They'll come out for their next game and fight even harder.
Well, it's about that time for us to take our first commercial break.
But don't go anywhere. The ZTV Sports Report will be right back. Welcome back, everyone.
UA's women's basketball team has been fighting hard to keep their winning record.
The team has been on fire, with Anita Brown averaging almost 22 points a game.
Let's see their most recent matchups against Kent State and Ohio University.
The Akron Zips women's basketball team welcomed their rival, the Kent State Golden Flashes, to the James A. Rhodes Arena. Junior Hannah Plyben was honored at the beginning of this game for scoring her 1,000th point during the Miami University game February 6th. She joins teammate Anita Brown in the 1,000th point club in Akron. And to keep that streak going, early in this game, Hannah makes her first three. but Kent State was able to find some easy baskets, including here when Jordan Kernick lays it up. Here, Megan Varela finds DeAndre Gibson for a perfect 3. Anita Brown would struggle in the first half here, just 3 rims out, and Kent State gets the rebound. Anita normally averages more than 21 points a game, but would struggle in the first half of this one. Here, Megan Varela finds DeAndre Gibson in the corner for another 3, and Kent State continues battling when Nadia Cross drives in for an easy layup. Kent State keeps the pressure on with a cross-court pass with Larissa Lurkin for the 3. Hannah Plyman also kept the Zips in this game. Here hits the long 2, then off the dribble, banks it in from the 3-throw line, then Varela finds her for the 3. Plyman had 21 first half points to go along with the career high 30 points for the game. Unfortunately, things wouldn't get better for the Zips after a called timeout as Anita Brown misses her layup and Alex Ricketts gets called for the over-the-back foul. But Kent State would pour it on with McKenna Steffens scoring another 3, and the Golden Flashes would go into the half with a 47-36 lead. Beginning of the second half, and Anita Brown makes her first field goal of the game. Now the Zips are finding their stride as Barella finds Ricketts and goes in for an easy layup. Then Anita Brown keeps it going as she drives in and gets a nice layup. Gibson would continue to dominate as she gets the steal and takes it coast to coast with a textbook-style layup. Then the Zips continue to push the tempo as Barella finds trailing Megan Seafrick with the shot. Then Gibson would hit a 3 from the Z. As the Zips struggled at the end of the first half, the Golden Flashes struggled at the end of the second as they dribbled the ball out of bounds. Then Alexa Golden drives in and bricks the layup off the bottom of the rim. And then to cap things off, Gibson gets the offensive rebound and put back to finish off. The Akron Zips win 78-66.
Your Akron women's basketball team started out strong against OU. Anita Brown drove into the paint and made the layup look easy. OU's Yamone Jenkins responded with her own layup. Anita Brown with the and one following the inbound. Great pass to Akron's Lily Piper for the easy layup. Nice passing by OU to Lexi Baldwin for the 3-point jump shot. At the half, OU was up 15 and pulling away from Akron. OU's Yamone Jenkins passes to Kiana Black for a phenomenal 3-point jump shot. Kiana Black drives into the lane and crosses Alex Ricketts and DeAndre Gibson for the easy layup. Midway through the third quarter, your Akron Zips were down 24 points. Akron's Anita Brown tosses a great pass to DeAndre Gibson for the layup. Following the layup, Akron's Lauren Hugh converts with a deep 3-pointer. The final score was a 101-73 Ohio University blowout of Akron.
Hannah Plyman, what a game against Kent.
A career high 30
Wow.
points. A huge contributor to Akron's win over Kent.
Good for her. And, you know, she's going to be a really important asset to the team next year because Anita's leaving.
We are now going to take a quick commercial break, but the ZTV Sports Report will be back soon. Kara, imagine running 1 mile in under 4 minutes.
I don't want to. That sounds horrible.
That's what I said, but one of our track and field athletes did this and broke the school record for the fastest mile.
Check out this next feature on UA junior Clayton Murphy, followed by highlights from the track and field team's Akron Invitational.
Coming out of high school, I had a lot of lists. I had a list of like 25 schools and kept narrowing it down, and I went on a visit to a couple and came on an official visit and met Coach LeBady and Coach Mitchell, and loved the facilities, loved the coaching staff, and decided to come back for an official. And one of Dan Zupin, who's the other guy that committed with me, I had to meet with him the weekend before I came, and I said, hey, I'm going to commit unless I find something wrong with the University of Akron. And I came and literally looking for something to find that it was a reason for me not to come, and I couldn't find anything. And fit really well with Coach and the guys on the team, and I knew pretty much from that unofficial visit this is where I wanted to be and where I wanted to continue my running career. In high school I had a real small team. We weren't really much of a team, we didn't have very many people. And to come to Akron and really set a tone here for the last couple of years I've been here, and to compete with guys like Sean Barber and come through and have world championship level experience. It's a lot of fun to win MAC championships and compete as a group and set team 4x4 and DMR school records and break those. It's a lot of fun. It's a different experience than what I've had before, but we have MAC in 2 weeks, and I can't wait to compete with the guys here at home and hopefully bring home an indoor title. I started all at USA's with 3 good races there, and everything kind of roller coaster from there, going to Pan Am's in Canada, and then Costa Rica, and finally Beijing. And to meet that many people and have that elite world racing experience really gave me a lot of confidence going into this year, and not only at the 800-meter level, but just everything, and being able to bring back some information and help the guys out on the team really helped a lot for me and the team going forward. To run 4 flat last year, it's kind of heartbreaking. Made it tough, but it gave me a lot of confidence knowing that I could break it next time I did it and had the right chance to do it. So last year was disappointing, but it was a lot of confidence and a starting point for next year.
Murphy always knew he could break a 4-minute mile, and he did just that. At the Akron Invitational this year, Murphy ran a 3-minute and 57-second mile, breaking the school and facility record.
The race was set up perfectly for me. The crowd was great. Being the first race out, it was good to set a tone for the meet, and had a lot of confidence going in, and to be able to smash the 4-minute mile was good going forward and gave me a lot of confidence. Like I said, it's just a lot of fun to go out there and do it in front of the home crowd for the first time.
Senior and 7-time All-American Alexis Cooks dominated the Zips Invitational on Friday. She won the women's shot put with the school record and also ended up winning the women's weight toss. Here in the men's mile, Clayton Murphy was not running, and the Zips ended up finishing 4-5-6. So, but Clayton will be in next week, or 5-6-7, excuse me. Clayton will be in next week for the MAC Championships. Then, good friend of Claudia Garcia-Joe, who we interviewed last week from Valencia, Spain, Ana Martin Sacristan ends up winning the women's long jump. Then Tara Snipes wins the women's mile. Clayton Murphy tweeted after the meet that she channeled her inner Clayton. Definitely did that. Zips finished 1-2-3. And here in the men's 60, Quadarius Smith ends up winning it, and he takes a dive over the high jump mat. Not pictured. Then wrapping things up, Cynthia Haas gives 1 of 12 first place finishes for the Zips as she wins the 800 meters.
Every time I go to one of those track meets, I am in awe. I can't imagine running that fast and that hard and actually enjoying it.
It's definitely a sport you have to be passionate about to compete in.
Speaking of competitions, we have another edition of Zip Take for you all today.
Last week, Dawn Wagner was our winner. The champion is back to take on newcomer Dave Spontarelli.
I'm Dan Cermak. We're here for Zip Take again this week, and we got the newcomer, Dave Spontarelli, here, and the champion, Dawn Wagner, and high-stakes game this time. All right, step 1. If Dawn got the prediction incorrect early in the show for the Kent State game, and he loses this Zip Take, he's going to shave that beard. Serious business here. Serious business. So we're going to get it started here, and I'll be unbiased. I promise. We're going to get started here, and we're going to talk about men's basketball. And what team do you think is going to be the biggest obstacle for the Zips in the MAC tournament? Don, starting with you.
The Central Michigan Chippewas. They beat us once, and they should have beat us the second time. If it wasn't for the 22-1 run where we just shot lights out, I don't think Akron wins that game. They came storming back, made it. I think they won by 5 points. If it wasn't for the run, it's Central Michigan with 2 wins over us. So I gotta go with Central Michigan.
All right, Dave.
I'm going to go with Buffalo on this one. Last game when Buffalo played Akron, I think Buffalo really figured out the Zips, stopped them defensively. If it wasn't for the mistakes they had going into the second half of the technical foul, as well as the Zips catching fire, I think Buffalo really would have pulled a victory out of that game.
All right, so that's a tough one, but I am going to go with Central Michigan because they started fouling with like 3 minutes left. They were down 11, and Zips only ended up winning by 5, so they gave us a good run. But Buffalo was a good answer because they really got the driving game going too. So, but Dawn Wagner, 1 point. Here we go. We're going to go to women's basketball now. And who is your MVP for the season? We're going to go with Dave.
I'm going to go with Anita Brown. Anita's averaging 22 points a game, 7 rebounds, shooting 42% from the field. She's definitely carrying this team. Not discrediting Hannah at all. She's a great player, and the combo of those two, they really mesh well. But I'm going to give it to the senior Anita.
Don?
I think you're absolutely discrediting Hannah. I think it's Hannah. Maybe I'm in the moment, but she has been shooting lights out. And honestly, the past couple games, I think she had like 30 the other day. Sure, Anita Anita seems like the safe answer, but I think, we're not even in March yet. So at the rate she's going, at the end of the season, I think it's gonna be Hannah.
Who? All right, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm sorry to your beard, but I gotta go with Dave. Gotta go with Dave. I think Anita Brown is the safe answer, and Don changed his answer from earlier.
No,
he's a sellout. All right. Now we're gonna go to a kind of different question. All right. Will LeBron show up to the men's basketball game this year? He did last year. Maybe he will this year. He's giving out a bobblehead. Maybe that plays into it. Don, what do you think? What do you think about LeBron showing up to a game in general?
I think he's going to show up. I don't know if it's a big deal that he shows up anymore. It seems like he shows up to a college game every year. Even when he was in Miami, he showed up to the Hurricanes games when Shane Larkin was down there. If he had to show up to a game that I would like to see, LeBron has a busy schedule, so I don't know when you have the free time to even do it. Honestly, you should probably think about winning a championship. Woo!
Whoa! Hot takes. Oh,
Cleveland sports fan here. So, but if he did show up, I think it'd be cool if he showed up at a Kent State at the Kent State game, because the atmosphere at the Jar during a Kent State game is just nothing like it. So,
right.
I think it'd be even more rocking with LeBron there. So,
all right. Kicking it over to Dave.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a big deal when LeBron shows up in an arena, whether he's playing or not. I think he will show up, and I think it's going to be the OU game for the bobblehead night. It's not only his bobblehead, but also Romeo Travis and Drew Joyce, his best friends, played with him in high school. So I think he's going to show support and show up. I'd like to see him show up to the Kent State game, but I believe they play Washington that night, so it's probably going to be the OU game.
All right. Serious here. Tense moment. I'm going to go with Dave, the newcomer, on this one because, all right, yes, LeBron showed up to a Miami Hurricanes game, but Miami Hurricanes is a little bit bigger than Akron Zips, so I think it is a really big deal. A really big deal to show up.
It is bigger named
after
him, LeBron James family.
It is a bigger deal for LeBron to show up to Akron, a lower profile school than Miami. Miami's already going to get the TV coverage, but then LeBron showing up in an Akron game, I think, has a bigger impact than going to a Miami Hurricanes game.
Agree to disagree, and I am formally putting in my appeal.
Okay.
So I still have faith in my pick.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know how the pick goes yet. We haven't done that yet.
If a miracle happens and my pick doesn't go through,
you roll the part with the beard.
Appeal. No, appeal.
Oh, appeal. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to go through the appeal process, apparently, with the beard. But that'll have to be next week when Dave takes on a new opponent. We'll see you next time at Zip Take. Back to Kara and Terry in the studio.
Thanks, guys. That does conclude our show for today. But before we go, don't forget to check out our social media pages.
Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page at ZTV Sports Report.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of the ZTV Sports Report, your home for everything Akron Zips Athletics.
We'll see you next time.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.